Welcome to Rad Chat. I'm your host, Brandilynn, and before we get started, this episode is sponsored by Bricks and Mansions Clothing Company. Guys, I'm wearing this sweater. It's the most coziest sweater ever. Make America hustle again. You guys know that's the most truest statement right now in the world. Cool, so go check him out. Instagram, his website, Bricks and Mansion, shout out. So today my special guest is Xxposure. You're a photographer. That's so fun. Let's get into that. How did you first get into photography?
Well, it was about 2009.
Okay.
And
So wow.
yeah, it's pretty much, so it's a little bit more than 10 years and stuff. And my brothers, they actually were gonna go to filmmaking and to school out here in LA. So they had told me, do you have anything passionate about? And I was like, well, I like taking photos. So they're like, well, just get a camera and start doing it. So at that time we lived in Fontana. So from there, I moved from Fontana to LA, back to LA again. And, I bought a camera, and then, I got a friend at the time that he's a promoter for clubs, so he let me shoot.
Oh, nice. That's fun.
So, yeah, so I was shooting at that club for a while, and then I just met other people from there. And then from there, they knew people in Hollywood too. And, I got a chance to shoot in different venues and clubs. So I've been doing that for like five years. I shot maybe 4 venues a week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
All in Los Angeles?
LA, Orange County, IE,
nice.
the Valley, Even when I worked in Vegas, I shot in Vegas too.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So you kind of were going back and forth for a couple of different
Well,
places.
I worked construction, so while I was out there,
Oh, nice.
I shot at the Rio, at
Oh, hey, that's awesome.
yeah,
Right on the strip.
Saturday night. So
Yeah.
I was like, instead of just because when I stayed out there, I didn't come out here at all. So
Oh, okay. So
on the
when you're in
weekends, I
Vegas-
was like, I might as well just do out there and network out there as well.
Well, that's probably really beneficial to you now, now that you're back in Los Angeles. Do you still have connections in Vegas when you go to Vegas?
Yeah, it's been a while, but I know that if I go out there and I decide to do it again, then I know who to reach out to. So,
Nice.
yeah.
So when you were doing clubs, what kind of clubs were they, and what exactly were you shooting? Just the subjects of maybe the artist that was there.
When I was doing clubs, I was just shooting basically all the people, the party people that were there.
Oh, just the crowd.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
just the crowds. Eventually, sometimes they would have people, artists show up and perform there, and I would shoot them too as well.
Oh, nice.
So basically it was just the people, party people, and then the next day I would just edit all the videos and then send them to the promoter. They would put it on their website, and I'll put it on mine as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
So when you're just getting into photography, obviously it's been, you said, about 10 years you've been doing this now. How was it first getting into it? Did you have a certain style you were going for, or did you just kind of go all in?
I kind of went all in, and then from that I just I take it to where I see where it's going.
Yeah.
I don't really have a style. At first I was really doing good on my photography. All the pictures came out kind of crappy. So it's after a while, after editing photos and just taking classes and learning how to shoot, then you just perfect your craft.
Yeah.
You make the pictures look better.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's awesome because then if you don't have a specific style, you're very open to everything under the sun.
Yeah.
So then people know okay, I can just go to Xxposure and he can just do what I want from him, or etc., or what you want from them.
Yeah.
So with your photography, is there anything that you've shot, or you had a moment where you're man, this is going really well. I think I have a knack in this.
After you shoot your pictures, you look at it and you're like, man, it's coming out real good. And then from there, you're just on a roll with it. Especially like you said, it's all about networking who you know. So it's when, you share certain events and all that, and you see who's on stage and stuff. You're and you see the pictures and the outcome of it. You're like, man, the pictures are coming out real good. So you just get more motivated.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's awesome that it's like you said, it's motivating. It's I'm sure every shoot you do is more motivating than the next. So that's definitely perfecting your craft as well.
Yeah.
You said when you're when you edit them and you're looking at them, oh, I'm gonna edit this. Does that process take a long time? How is your editing process when you do a shoot?
No, it doesn't. It does take a long time. It's time consuming. I shoot the next day, upload it to my computer, and then I use Lightroom and I use Photoshop too.
Oh, nice.
To enhance the photos and make them look good, look better. But it takes a while. It takes hours. It's not like an overnight thing. It's not like a 1 or 2 hour thing. It's a couple hours. So I do have to take breaks in between. So
yeah.
Get
a little coffee or something.
Get a coffee. So
nice.
Just wake me up. But
so when you're like Photoshop, I know is like pretty advanced, right? And Lightroom is probably more a newer program, I've heard. Did you teach yourself how to use these programs? Did you go to school for them?
Yeah, I took some classes. I mean, I did attend, for a while I went to Santa Monica College.
Nice.
But for that one I used, I went for black and white photography.
Oh, okay.
And then, and after that I took classes here and there. I know this guy who's a professional photographer. He's been there for 20 years. So he has, he offers classes too.
Oh,
so,
nice.
Yeah, so.
Check all your resources.
And then plus, you on YouTube and you look at certain
everything.
things. Yeah, it has everything. Yeah.
Nice. That's cool because I feel like for me, like when I was like first getting into modeling and like trying to like edit them myself, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? This is why the photographer edits the photo. 'Cause I'm like making the saturation like so terrible. I'm like, okay, I need to like ask the photographer for help. Do you have a lot of times where when you're shooting subjects that you have to really direct them, or do you more so let them do their own thing? Like, how is it on a set for you?
No, when I'm on the set, I basically direct them and tell them like what I want them to do or how they want them to pose and stuff like that. Because a lot of them when they come there at first, they don't know what to do. They just stand there. Yeah. But yeah, that's when I'm doing like photo shoots or because I have another type of photography that I do is shoot weddings and quinceañeras as well.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah, so when it comes to that, it's like you gotta direct people on what to do. You know?
How is it to shoot a wedding versus like just a mini photo shoot?
No, it's more like excruciating. It's more like a little bit more stressful because it's like they have to be somewhere at a certain time, so you gotta like take these shots within the hour that they want,
Yeah, and it's like the biggest day of their life.
Yeah, so it's like, and that
stress on you.
Yeah, it's stressful because that these are just, it's a one-time thing. You can't recreate another wedding. Yeah. So it's a one-time thing that you gotta get right for the first time.
Yeah, that's really cool that you do weddings. So like you have a big repertoire then: weddings, quinceañeras, photo shoots. Is there any other styles or sets that you shoot on?
No, just what do you mean styles and sets?
Like so if you shoot weddings, like someone wants to book you for a photo shoot, and then is there any other like elements like you shoot like artists or are you still doing the club scene?
No, I haven't done a club scene in a couple of years, but we do shoot concerts, for the magazine, for Music Connection magazine.
Nice.
As well, so
that's cool.
Yeah, so we're doing it for like 6 years now, I think.
Oh shit, nice.
Yeah, so.
How is it getting into that business of the music side and concerts? Was it a big difference?
Yeah, it's a big difference. I mean, like you're just amongst different type of people. You know what I mean? Like it's a different element when you're shooting at concerts as well, because you're just dealing with people, and then just you got to get everything right. As far as camera, you want everything to be just perfect. So when it's time for the artist to go on stage, like you're quickly snapping away and not having any problems with the camera. Yeah.
Did you ever shoot a concert of like maybe an artist that you really liked? So did that like make it a little hard to pay attention to photography because you're like into their music or etc.?
No, I mean every artist to me is the same. I mean there might be a certain artist that I do really like. Like for example, we grew up listening to Ice Cube and and then Nipsey Hussle and all them. So it's kind of like.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, Nipsey Hussle, but when they come on stage, it's kind of like any other artist to me. But at the same time, I'm like, man, like I'm glad I'm here doing what I love to do.
Do you feel like it also maybe elevates you too? Like shit, like you're feeling the vibes because it's like your type of music, and then you're shooting it, and it's like, fuck, this is so cool.
Yeah, I'm feeling the vibes at the same time. I like all kinds of music. I mean, especially hip hop, but
nice.
But even when I'm watching a band perform, like in a band that I like, I still feel the same type of way.
Same type of way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's incredible, because I feel like I go to so many concerts just to like be the viewer, that I always see the photo booth of like all the photographers and they have their passes, and it's like, oh, they're like so close, like it's such a cool element.
Yeah.
But then it's also like you're so focused on like getting that shot that I'm sure like you're probably not even really as paying attention to the music. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, I'm so focused, like you're just like in the zone sometimes and stuff, and you know, sometimes like you get mad at yourself because they might do something on stage, and you know, you kind of you put your camera away for a minute, and then they do something, you're like, man, I should have
got that moment.
Could have got that moment, yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a certain camera that you shoot with, or that you like to shoot with, a brand or anything?
Yeah, I shoot with a Canon right
Nice.
now, or 5D Canon.
Nice.
You know.
I know a lot of photographers that do shoot with Canon. It seems like a very popular brand.
Yeah, I like Canon.
When you were shopping for cameras, was it hard? Like, oh, like which one do I get? Or you kind of just like saw it and was like, all right, I think that's the one.
Well, before that one, I had a 70 Canon, so I mean,
nice.
you know, I was talking to my brother about which cameras are good right now, and you know, and he was telling me, you know, get the 5D, do the research on it, and you know, but yeah, it's a good camera, you know,
Nice.
It lasts long.
Yeah, and then probably, do you have like, when you're traveling to like, you know, a venue, a concert venue, or maybe you're just traveling on location to like shoot a photo shoot, do you have to like have different attachments for them? Like, how is that process of like knowing like what to bring to each site?
Well, I mean, I have two lenses, a 24 to 70, it's a smaller lens, and a long lens, which is 70-200. So yeah, I mean, it depends. You know, if you're shooting at the concert and you have to shoot from the soundboard, then you have to use a longer lens.
Yeah.
And then we're shooting up front, then use a shorter lens.
Nice.
You know.
See, that's something like I would never think of, because like I don't know anything about it. I just like want to be in front of the camera.
Yeah.
So it's cool to learn like the behind the scenes of like what it takes to like go into that shot. Do you have like certain moments where maybe you're like, I think like I've made it now, or like I'm like not an amateur anymore, I feel professional about this?
Yeah, I mean, you know, many times when I'm out there shooting, I feel like, you know, we've done this for a very long time, you know, that, you know, but at the same time, we're every time we're shooting, we learn every day,
Yeah.
you know, certain things. So I don't consider myself like an amateur, because I've done it for a long time, and so I guess I'm just like more in between amateur and professional. But
yeah. No, not that you're an amateur, but like when you went from being an amateur to just starting to now, did you have a moment where you're like finally like, oh, I feel like I've made it now, like this is like I've done my passion, I put my dues in, and now I've gotten to this moment? I meant it like more so, did you have that moment ever?
Yeah, I mean, I have my moment, because you know, it takes a while to get where you want to get. It's not an overnight thing, you know. So I feel like all my hard work and blood, sweat, and tears is finding, like, you know,
coming
to light. Yeah, exactly. So, you know, when I see people that tell me, you know, I want to do this and that, and I want to go straight to this and that, I'm like, man, you got to work for it, you know.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Gotta put your dues in.
Yeah, you gotta.
Especially when everyone's trying to be in the industry, I'm sure it's like, okay, like my hard work will like show for itself.
Right. Exactly.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like being a photographer, it has like shaped you in your life, or has maybe helped you out of something negative, or just maybe you know, didn't have a direction but then you found photography? How did it like shape you as a person maybe?
Yeah, it shaped me as a person, as you know, you see things differently, you know, when you're amongst certain people who are professional people, like, it's like, you know, you got to act a certain way and stuff, and you become more humble, you know, with certain people, and like, you know, before doing this, like, I was never like that.
Oh, okay.
But like when you're in that space, like, you just learn how to talk to certain people.
Yeah.
You know,
gauge their vibe.
Yeah.
Where they're coming
you know,
from.
so, you know, I kind of learned, like, it's not always what you know is who you know as well. So
that's true. It's very true with like networking and trying to book jobs. So are you a freelance photographer?
Yeah, I'm a freelance photographer.
Nice.
So, you know, like I said, you know, aside from just shooting other stuff like weddings, quinces, and concerts and stuff, I like just doing landscaping as well. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Landscape, that's totally different, I feel like, of you know, shooting a live subject and then going to landscape. How is that for you to, you know, when you're in the landscape mode, what is the feelings or thoughts in that headspace?
It's just, you know, like, just focused of, you know, just preparing and just finding certain things that you want to shoot, you know, and just, you know, you just gotta have like an eye for it.
Yeah.
I think, you know.
Was it hard to develop an eye for it? Like, for instance, like me as a model, I feel like, you know, I have things in my head. I'm like, okay, I have to like make sure my face is okay, make sure my body's okay. I'm thinking like my awkward. When you're behind the camera, do you also kind of feel like that? Like you're thinking like, where's my eye, or where angle am I going for? Like how is that thought process maybe?
Yeah, I mean, when I'm behind the camera, it's like you just gotta, you know, I'm the same way. Like, you know, like you say with the model, you feel like you gotta learn a certain way. Like even with the camera, you gotta find the location, the lighting. You know, you don't want anything in the background. You know, just because you know after that is like when you edit, you wanna have like less stuff to edit you know,
out,
on a picture.
Be more natural.
Yeah, more natural
what
as
the
well.
form
Yeah.
was. Nice.
So.
Did you have any like, or do you have like a favorite, like you know, you do weddings and parties and landscape and photo shoots. Do you have like a favorite one you've ever done, or like, do you love like, you know, maybe photo shoots more than like big weddings, or do you love weddings more? Is there any that you prefer over the other?
I mean, not really. I like doing everything. To be honest with you. Like I like, I'm just passionate regardless. You know, I mean, of course, I like doing, you know, the concerts. I mean, you're there. You're amongst your favorite artists and stuff. You know, and then, you know, just doing stuff like this. You know, shooting them in person and then putting a photo like on a T-shirt or something like that. Yeah.
So that's a good segue. So you make your own clothes as well?
Yeah, I mean, design. Yeah,
clothes.
I mean this photo in particular is a you know, Dub C from West Side Connection.
Show it off, guys. He created this photo on the T-shirt, and they can buy your prints for T-shirts, or you sell the prints.
You know, they could always hit me up on my Instagram.
We'll tag his Instagram, guys.
Yeah.
Check it out.
You know, if they're looking for a shirt for any type of artist that they like, you know.
That's cool. Do you feel like when you know, you're taking these amazing photos, right? And then you're like, what, you know, you send it to whoever you have to send it to, but also when you decide to put it on a shirt, how is that? Like, I feel like that's empowering. Like you're wearing this picture that you took on your own shirt. Like, how is that for you?
I mean, it's amazing. Like, you know, like it's something that I don't see anybody else doing. Yeah. And then all these photos are original as well. You don't see nobody else. They might have a Dub C shirt, but it's not
that photo.
It's not that photo. Yeah.
And then you know that you took that photo.
Yeah, I know that I
like
took that photo.
So empowering. Have you ever had a time where you saw, like you're on the street and you're like, oh shit, that's my picture? Have you ever seen that, like someone wearing your shirt?
Yeah.
Or your photos on a shirt?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you know, when I'm shooting models as well, like, and I shot you a while back, and
yes, guys, check out those photos. They're on Instagram. We all shot.
Yeah, but like you guys, like any person wearing a shirt, you know, it's like, you know, you know, it's exciting to see somebody wearing, you know, the shirts that photos that you took.
I feel like that must be so empowering, because I feel like when I wear a brand, it's like a statement. Like I'm not just gonna wear something I don't really care about. Like it has to mean something to me. So it's incredible. Like you took this photo that you took like all your passion into to get that perfect shot, and then you see like someone's wearing it, or even yourself wearing it. I feel like that's like an empowerment in a sense. Oh yeah, it is an empowerment. You know, like this particular photo we shot for Dub C at his radio station. Oh shit. Yeah. Nice. We're doing it for like every Tuesday nights for like 2 years. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So yeah, and he, you know, so working with him, you know, it was an honor, because you know we grew up listening to him. So you know. I bet that would be incredible. Yeah, like, it is. Shit. So exactly. So. Did you ever feel like you had a moment where maybe you're like a little starstruck by like people you were working with or taking photos of, or you kind of just, it's so like you're so used to just seeing like big names out there? No, I mean I still get, I don't call it starstruck. Just, you know, it's just there's certain people that you grew up listening to or seeing, like actors or whatever, and then you see them in person, then you know that, oh, this guy or this woman like inspired you in a certain way. Yeah. You know. That's so. Cool. Did you ever have someone that like inspired you that you had to shoot? Well, you know, I mean the guy, well, you know, Nipsey, when he came up, you know, like. Yeah. Oh, you shot him before? Yeah, I shot him many times, in concerts and stuff. Yeah, on concerts. So like just seeing him, and then, you know, whatever happened to him, I was like, man, you know, like it kind of sucks what happened to him. Yeah. But I mean, like, rest in peace. He was working for like such good causes that it's such a shame. But I bet you shooting that concert, now looking back, probably means so much more to you. Like, yeah, it means so much more to me, and plus, like, you know, him growing up in the same area that we grew up in. That. Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Okay. So. And then his nationality as well, you know, it's kind of like our nationality too, so. Oh shit, so how is that to feel like, you know, you're putting
not only is your artistry on display, but then it's like you're putting your culture and like you're representing your culture. How is that empowering to you?
I mean, it's a great feeling. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like I always, like whatever I do, I always try to stand out and not try to do what everybody else is doing.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, it is, because that's, you know, I don't want to do what the next guy's doing. So, I mean, it's always it's empowering me, because, you know, there's like different types of, you know, cultures out there. But for us, I think we're a little bit unique because, you know, the way we stand out, like our, you know, I don't think there's nobody else like us, so I think that we just stand out them as far as everybody else.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, so do you shoot by yourself? Do you have a crew with you?
I don't shoot by myself. I mean, there's times that I do shoot by myself a lot.
Yeah.
You know, when as far as like going to concerts and stuff like that. But, you know, when I do need a crew with me, then, you know, I know my brother does film, so I hit him up. Who does film. My girlfriend does makeup, so, you know, hit her up.
That's great.
Yeah, so we know other people who do video.
Yeah.
And just, you know, stuff like that. So
that's awesome, because I feel like in this day and age, like collaboration is everything. Like I'm no one without a team. Like I give props to the team, like behind the camera, in front of the camera. Like a team is what for me makes me. And I feel like you just said, like you're working with your girlfriend who does makeup, your brother also does film, and then your friends to help you out, etc. That collaboration is so important, because not only does it show like who's riding for you, but it's also like you're all helping each other. And I feel like that's such a lost art these days. Everyone in, you know, California, Los Angeles, the stereotypic thing is it's cutthroat, right? And I'm from the East Coast too, so New York and New Jersey, it's the same. So I feel like when you have a good group around you and like the collaboration, like that's really empowering and so awesome to hear that people are doing that and they want to help each other. Like you're helping your girlfriend's makeup career by doing makeup on your sets, and your brother, etc.
Yeah.
Like, how is that feeling for you? Like knowing that these people around you are also artists, and it's like, does it help you in your art form as well?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good feeling, because like if I need somebody to go to, it just, you know, just one call away. You know what I mean? Just hey, can you help me do this and can you help me do that? You know, and then, you know, like it just, like I said, it's who you know and who you connect with and stuff like that. So, you know, when it's the time to meet that person, then you call them up.
There.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is really good too, because then it shows that you have really good connections to them, and then it's like also like a networking thing. Like you kept good standing with them, that you know, like I can just call them up and they have my back.
Yeah,
that's
because later on in life you're gonna need them as well.
Yeah.
You know, like
and it just shows like that collaboration is so important.
Right.
That's awesome. Is there anything that you're currently doing? Or I mean, I know coronavirus kind of put a damper on a lot of things, and I'm sure like it also does not help the industry. So thank you so much for just wanting to come on this podcast. It means so much to me.
Welcome.
I love just talking to people and learning about people. But say that wasn't going on, is there any projects you're working on, or shoots coming up, or where people can book you, or what they can book you for?
As far as project right now, you know, as far as the coronavirus stuff, but I'm still, you know, we're still different, we're evolving all the time, you know, like I want to do, you know, one of the goals that I want to, you know, do like a gallery one day, you know, show off my work and you know, do shirts and all that. Yeah. You know, I bought a heat press machine, so it's like, I gotta I'm making my own shirts and stuff as well.
That's really incredible. That would be really cool too, like just going to like an art exhibit, but it's like all your freaking art.
Yeah,
that'd be incredible. Stay tuned, we'll come to that.
Oh yeah, definitely when that time comes, you know, I'll let you guys know.
Do you just do shirts, or do you do other articles as well?
No, like frames as well.
Too.
Yeah, picture frames or portraits.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're basically evolving, you know, just trying to figure out different
That's really
ways.
incredible too, because then you don't just have photography to fall back on, you're also making a whole new brand for yourself. You're branding your photos into articles people can wear or people can hang on their wall. Can anyone like see one of your photos and be like, dude, I love this photo on your Instagram, can you make this into a shirt? Or do you do that kind of collaboration?
Yeah, any photo that they want, I can make it to a shirt, portrait, or frame it up, you know, just whatever they like.
That's incredible. That's a really good goal too to work for, because it's like that is going to be an empowering moment. Like you walk into a gallery and all your photos are around you and people are looking at them like that. How do you feel like when you think about it now, like, okay, that's a goal one day, but I'm sure it's very vivid in your head. Like, do you just imagine that day, like being like the hustle got me here, and like finally now I'm here.
Yeah, I can imagine that day, because I mean, even, you know, I attend other galleries too, and I see how they do it, you know.
Yeah.
So I could, when I'm in that space in that studio, like I see their work, so then I picture my work
Yeah.
on there too.
That's,
you know?
so incredible.
And then, you know, just maybe inviting a guest speaker just to come out and.
Oh, dude,
and
that would
talk
be
too.
dope too.
Right.
Do you have like people in mind that you would want to come speak?
I mean, I got a lot of people on mind.
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
You know, just
getting it down.
getting down and see if they're either down to come and.
Nice. What
You know.
would you that brings me to, now I should have asked in the beginning, but how did you come up with Xxposure as your name? And would that be your gallery name?
Well, it started, you know, like years ago, like 2009, 10 and stuff. But I mean, like I said, I was shooting my first club. So then my friend who was a promoter was like, hey man, like we're making a flyer right now, you know, because at first it was Exquisite or Xxposure. So then I was like, let me go with Xxposure, man, you know, because I'm exposing all these people as well, you know,
That's
basically
a
that's
very
what it was.
clever name.
Yeah.
And then how did you come up with it just being XX?
Oh,
that's very unique.
Yeah, because, you know, it's spelled EX.
Yeah.
Posure. So I just wanted to be different and stand. Like I said, you know, I wanted to stand out and be different. You know, I don't want to just put Xxposure. You know.
Yeah. And that's cool because it comes back to like who you are. Like you want to stand out from the beginning. That even your name stands out,
Right.
and then that just imprints your brand.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
Cool. That's really cool. I feel like coming up with the name is so impactful because that's gonna follow you. Like your image is Xxposure.
Right.
People know you by Xxposure. I'm sure people just call you Xxposure. I just
No.
sometimes call you Xxposure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, you know, that's, you know, like I said, I've been doing it for like 10 years, so I'm sure people that's what they know me by. You know, even though they don't know my real name, but it doesn't matter to me. You know.
Because
I still appreciate
like,
it.
yeah, you probably love that they're like, oh shit, like they're recognizing my name and my art. That's
Right,
awesome.
right. Yeah, it's a good feeling.
Yeah. Nice. Is there anywhere, so the people can find you on your Instagram, of course, which we'll tag, but is there like websites or other projects you'll book, and what, you know, you're doing weddings and quinceañeras and parties, any kind of party, I guess. And then also just if models want to reach out to you and shoot. And you have so if they want to come to you to shoot, you could also provide makeup. It's a very big asset.
Yeah, makeup, video, behind the scenes.
You do video behind the scenes too?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's really incredible.
Right. Yeah, I mean, if, you know, they could reach me out of my Instagram. You know, I got a business page, Facebook too.
Oh, okay.
So, nice. And my other page, my other Daniel Sam photography page too as well.
Oh, okay.
Right.
What was the second one?
Daniel Sam, so it's Daniel_Sam_photography_.
Nice. So we'll tag that guys here somewhere down in this area.
Yeah. So that one has to do more with the quinceañeras and weddings and events and stuff like that.
So they can see a different variety of your portfolios.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And then the other one, Xxposure_LA, that's, you know, mostly with events, concerts and stuff like that, and modeling, and you know.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
thank you so much for coming. Is there any advice you would give someone maybe watching about the craft or how to get into it?
Yeah, I mean, you know, basically, I think if you have a hobby, then with that hobby, try to turn it into a business, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then because a lot of people are like, you know, I want to get into this and stuff, but I think it's just, you got to start somewhere first, you know. Just if they want to do photography, you know, then maybe take a photography class, and then from there talk to your professor or teacher, and then just say, hey, you know what, how can I get started, and you know, and he'll direct you to certain places, you know, just or people to contact, you know, as well.
Yeah.
You know?
Did you have any of your own mentors along the way? And would you suggest people try to find a mentor as well?
Just my teachers that I went to school with, you know, mentors, like people who kept on just pushing me to do good. I mean, my brothers, of course, you know, I see how they're doing, and they're motivating me as well.
That's awesome too, to have a strong support system within your family, because I don't come from a very, like, my sister and me are not that close, so it's awesome that you and your brother are close and you work together and you guys both are in the industry. How is that to feel that your brother is like a piece of you in that way?
I mean, it's a good feeling, you know, because it's like we're all, it's like, if he, you know, I feel like if I come up, they come up, or he comes up, we all come up. So it's kind of like it goes hand in hand, you know.
That's so awesome. I love when people talk about like just the family aspect of it, but also just like you're all there to help each other, and it's not like cutthroat, and it's everyone's just trying to help each other, and together you'll all get up there. That's that's a great message right there. That inspires me. Like, I totally connect to that. That's so cool.
Right.
Nice. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah,
and
I appreciate
guys, we'll tag all the pages. And then anything else you want to plug or say?
No, just follow me on Instagram _LA. And
go check out his photos, guys. It's a bunch of stuff. It's really great stuff. The content you're really always keeping up with your content. You always have some new stuff going on. So,
right.
Guys, go check it out, and maybe you'll see me up there, or go check out mine and you'll see him.
Yeah, definitely.
So people can find you on your Instagram, and then your goal is to get a gallery, but do you have any of your other art in any other forms or places that maybe people can see?
Yeah, I mean, I have a Snoop Dogg and Ice Cube photos.
Oh shit.
At Buna's restaurant on Fairfax.
Oh nice. What was it again?
It's called Buna's. It's a retrain restaurant.
Oh cool. And it's like in the restaurant.
Yeah.
Oh dope, dude.
Yeah, and Nipsey Hussle's there too.
Shit.
Yeah.
How is that to feel like when you're going to eat there and you're like, oh wait, that's literally my art on the wall?
I mean, like I said, it's a great feeling. Plus, I mean, especially because he's, that nationality. So it's kind of like when other people from there see it, they're like, oh man, I know that guy. It's just, and who took it, and my info's right there too.
Oh, dope. That's
and also
cool.
Delicious Pizza on Sunset.
Delicious Pizza? That's a great name right there.
Yeah.
I'm about to go there now.
Right. It's like a hip hop
cool.
pizza place, pizza
Oh,
restaurant.
that's cool.
Yeah. So I got Rakim. He's an artist too. He's up there too.
Oh, dope.
He's a
That's cool.
80s rapper.
I feel like I'm more of a rocker chick, but I love learning about like other forms of music, and like that there's a pizza spot that's just like hip hop artists, and like then you can go there and immerse yourself in that culture.
Right.
And then I know there's another pizza spot that Chester Bennington from Linkin Park, he had a mural on the back of a pizza spot, and I feel like pizza and music are just the best combinations ever. Like I want to go to that pizza parlor.
Yeah, pizza, beer, music.
Yeah, and beer. You gotta have beer, dude.
Yeah.
Always beer.
Yeah.
But that's really cool because I feel like you go there to eat, but then it's an experience. Like, oh my God, I'm surrounded by great music, great photos. I'm sure it's really good networking too, because people anyone under the sun can just go to eat pizza and they look on the wall and they're like, shit, this is like a fucking art gallery in this place.
Right.
That's cool. How was it to get into a store like that?
I know the owner.
Oh, okay.
So he throws events in LA every year.
Oh, cool.
So that's like I said, we got to know him. He's a real cool dude. So
nice.
I asked him if I could, live one of my portraits, and he said it was good. It was cool.
Dude, that's so dope. Do you feel like are you allowed to like leave your business cards there too? And
yeah,
stuff?
my business card is on there. My information
cool.
on the
It's
wall.
all on there.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like people like hit you up and like, oh, I saw your art at that pizza joint? Like that's so cool.
I had actually one or two people, do tell me.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
Yeah,
That's so fun.
They're like, hey, we seen your photos, dope, man. Just keep it up. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
Guys, go check out those joints and go see Xxposure's art. Phenomenal. And go eat some pizza and get some beer and celebrate the art form.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Dope. All right, and then is there any other things you would want to plug or just find you on your Instagram?
Yeah, just my Instagram. Like I said, it's Xxposure _LA. I mean, for any type of events, concerts or photo shoots or anything like that, just go ahead and hit me up.
I booked him. You guys should too.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. Have a good day.